Alright, on this one, what's the name of the polyhedron created by this net? Sketch three-dimensional figure. Well, this is going to be a prism, and it's going to be a pentagonal prism. Here goes my super fancy way of drawing this. So I've got my pentagon that is the base. I drew my little pentagon right here. And then it's going to come over here, this other pentagon that's in the back. Let's see how good we do. Maybe have one more over here. Not sure. Alright. No, looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. So we've got that base right here. Those sides fold in, and then you've got a pentagon, the prism, and then your second pentagon over there. So pentagonal prism. This one, number 9, you have 48 DVDs. Each DVD is yay big. What's the surface area and the volume of the combined? We are going to assume that the surface area does not include the spaces in between because they are touching, thus eliminating it as surface area. So we have one big prism here. It's got a length of 13. It's got a width of 1.2 and a height of 19. So the 13 and the 19 centimeters, they're going to be the actual dimensions of our large prism. If each one has a width of 1.2 and I have 48 of them, it means I have a total width here of 48 times 1.2 or 57.6. What is the surface area and the volume of the combined DVDs? For the surface area, I'm going to use the formula again. You can take and do example 13 times 57.6 plus 19 times 57.6 plus 19 times 13. That's each one of the rectangles, and we have to double it because there are two of each kind. 13, 19, 13, 19, 56 by 13, 56 by 19, and there are two more. You can do it that way, but I'm going to use perimeter times 56.2 because I think it's going to be faster. So what I'm dumping in my calculator is 19 plus 13 times 2. That gives me the perimeter. I'm going to multiply that by 57.6, which is the height, and I'm going to add 19 times 13 times 2. That's going to give me my total surface area. So punching that out, times 56.7, 57.6 rather, and then we're going to add to that 19 times 13 times 2. I got 4,180.4 centimeters squared for my total surface area. The volume is just base times height, so 13 times 19, area of the base times 57.6. I got 14,227.2, and that's going to be centimeters cubed. Ice cream cone is shown below. Find the entire volume of the ice cream cone using the given dimensions. Assume the base of the cone and the hemisphere is circular. Round the answer to the nearest hundredth. So the first thing we're going to do is find the volume of the cone, which is just base times height divided by 3. So I have 3 cubed, or I apologize, pi r squared for the base. So pi r squared for the base times 6 for the height, and we're going to divide that by 3. So that's just going to take that out. I've got 18 pi for the volume of the cone. And then from here, I've got to add the volume of the cone. I need to add in the volume of the hemisphere. So the volume for a sphere is 4 pi r cubed over 3. And I'm going to have to divide that in half. So just multiply by another, divide by 2, so that I can get half of it because it's only that top cone. So I have 4 pi times r is 3, so cubed is 27 over 3 times 2. The 2 will go into the 4, the 3 will go into the 27, and I will get another 18 pi for the volume of the semicircle up top. So I've got 36 pi. Carrying that out to the nearest hundredth is going to give me 113.10. The actual decimal is 0.09733. The 7 rounds the 9 up. And because of significant figures, if you want to be fancy, you need to put that 0 in there so that we've rounded to the appropriate decimal place. Alright, draw the nets for the following figures. What's very important is that you have the appropriate number of rectangles. So I've got the square, we'll call that, well, it doesn't matter which one you call the base. So this one, that makes the box, and then I need one more for the bottom. It's going to look something like that. We've got our cylinder. This big wraparound thing goes around the outside, and then I have a circle on the top and a circle on the bottom. Really doesn't matter where you put that circle. You just need to have one. The trapezoid, I'm going to take it and fold it out like this. So I've got this rectangle that's in between the trapezoids. I've got a trapezoid on both sides. Oh, this was a terrible way to do it. Oh man, we're going to try that again. Oh, that wasn't a bad way to do it. What am I talking about? We're going to have to draw a smaller up here. So I've got the trapezoids folded up top. And then I've got a skinny rectangle on both sides. You'll notice this one is a skinny little rectangle. And then the top is also a skinny little rectangle. So we have a big fatty rectangle right here. And then skinny rectangle, skinny rectangle, skinny rectangle. So we need 3 more of those skinny rectangles to finish that off. Let's take it, see what we got on the next page. Find the surface area and the volume of each prism. So on this one, I've got a 3x2, so that's got a total perimeter of 12. 6 here, or I apologize, total perimeter of 10. 5 here, 5 here, so 10. So I've got 10 times 6, that'll give me a lateral surface area. And then I've got to add 6 for my bases, and I have 2 of those. So I have 60 plus 12. It's going to be 72 inches squared for my lateral surface area. My volume is just base times height, so just 6 times 6, so 36 inches cubed for my volume. Not too bad, not too bad. The next one, the same thing. I'm going to use my 7x8 as my base because it's easier. 15 plus 15. I've got a perimeter of 30 on my base. Multiply that by 12 to give me my lateral surface area. I've got 56 is the area of one of my bases, and I need 2 of those. So I have 360 plus 112. That's going to give me a total surface area. Remember, 2 bases and my lateral surface area. Going to give me a total surface area of 472, and that's going to be inches squared. My volume, I'm going to take 56, multiply it by 12 for my volume, and I get 672, and that's going to be inches cubed for my volume. The volume of a cube is 343. I think that's 7 cubed. We're going to check that real quick. To the 1/3. Yeah, it's 7. So remember, volume is just side cubed. So if side cubed is 343, we take the cube root of both sides. You can do that in your calculator if you've memorized a few of them. Really, they're probably not going to get much bigger than 10. So know those cubes. It gives you 7 is equal to that side length. So one side is, oh gracious, one side is 7 inches or 7 centimeters. And the surface area, if you have a 7x7, it's going to be 49, and I have 6 of those sides, so 49 times 6 is going to give me 294 square centimeters. Alright, we're going to cut the video right here. I think we'll be able to bust out the rest of them in the next one. Here we go.